Welcome to Nonprofit Network, powered by Stokes Auction Group. We are a podcast focused on benefit auctions and fundraising events for the nonprofit community. We are a group of fundraising professionals that specialize in raising funds to improve communities of all sizes. Here it is, episode number 17. I'm Shelby Stokes.
I'm agreeable.
Also known as Kelly Shitfield. And thirdly...
What episode is it?
I don't know. Is it? It's 18.
It's 18. Yeah.
Is it 18?
It's 18 or 17A or 16C.
That's Paul Shitfield on the far end of the couch telling me how to count. Because
Hey,
it
guys.
is 18, isn't it?
It is 18.
So I jumped the episode on the last one, right?
We jumped on the last one, but the bloopers could have been an episode, so nobody cares.
This is Paul making an excuse for me. Straight up, just miscounted. That's how that works. So.
Yeah, and you know, it's acceptable
Is
to
it?
make a mistake.
Is it? I get one mistake.
You have it now.
One mistake an hour.
A little early in the year.
A little early in the year. Oh boy, the leaves are already turning. So it's been a minute since we did this, about a week. How was your guys' weekend?
A week, great.
Great. Good.
That's all I'm going to say. Great.
Was it agreeable?
It was an agreeable weekend.
Which I still don't know what agreeable means, but
Agreeable. You agree with everything. You're just like, You're just keeping the water smooth.
so you don't want to be agreeable.
Agreeable is not necessarily a great thing.
Oh,
It's not a bad thing, but whatever.
I
I'm
failed
agreeable
that
right
test.
now.
I'm very agreeable. I was at a bachelor party with a whole bunch of cowboys.
Ooh, see?
Ooh.
Yeah.
See, now
exactly.
that just came out.
I am not a cowboy.
Okay.
Yep. Let me stop that. Let me nip that heifer in the bud real quick. That's not a saying.
No, not even
is now.
close. Not
Cow
even.
poke in the
No,
spur.
you're killing
real
it. It's dead
quick.
now. Mm-mm.
Watering hole comment. Enter
Mm-hmm.
here. So I went on a bachelor party. I was the only one not in cowboy boots. That was a little bit uncomfortable for me.
Was it?
Yeah.
Because you care
Oh,
what
like-
a bunch of men think about you?
Kinda,
Oh,
yeah. I
wow.
mean, I don't want to be the only guy without cowboy boots. You know what I mean? Don't want to get
Talk
uninvited
about
from the
standing
party.
out.
Yeah.
Yeah, why not? That's the best thing to stand out.
Who's this city folk over her?
Well, none
Because
of
the
them are.
first half hour is everybody's talking about, well, those are alligator, those are armadillo, and Shelby comes in with Nikes.
Yeah.
And those are Kmart.
But these were a blue light special, guys.
Blue light
so you got to
special.
give me a little bit of credit. So yeah, it was a good weekend. We haven't been working a lot because we've hit these summer months
My
and
husband has some really cool,
cowboy
cowboy
boots. Is that right?
really cool
Yeah.
ostrich skin.
And we said he was going to do some barbecuing for us. He has not quite done that yet.
No, he's
But
going to.
it's coming. It's coming in the near future. So we decided to kind of shake things up this week. We're going to launch right into our episode. And what we're going to do is we have a list of the 100 best items from, I think this is 2006.
100 best items from 2006.
Now, this is the 100 best live auction packages sold at charity auction from 2006. What we're going to do is we're going to jump into this list. We're just going to kind of talk about it a little bit.
Okay.
So if you need some procurement inspiration, you've got it here, okay? Going into the summer months, you're going to forget about work and responsibilities, but start like getting those juices flowing. Okay, first category is the art item, a blown glass party.
Those are popular still.
Still?
Still popular. Blown glass parties are still popular. I want to do one.
Do you?
Oh, I do.
I think it'd be fun, too. It's it really truly is an art.
It
I mean,
is.
it's very difficult to do.
Yeah, is it? And that's one of the ones that they were doing
That's-
back then.
that
Yeah,
was one of
super.
them, yeah.
No, yes.
Yeah. How about this one? Painting or drawing by a child or of a family.
That is probably not as popular today.
When I say it like that, it feels like
Pretty.
whoops.
I don't think as much. Do you?
Nice.
Nice
Of drawing.
stick figure family, Timmy.
Yeah.
yeah.
Way to put in the effort.
Was that a thing? Did that actually
Well,
happen?
no, but
No.
no. God, it's 6. What?
Painting or drawing of child, family.
Well, I guess you're probably the
Oh,
package that they're talking about was that you could turn your picture in. So there's companies that you could give your picture to, and it would come back to you painted.
Oh, really?
Oh, yeah, you can still do that today.
That was
That
fun.
is cool.
Is it? So
Yeah.
I was thinking like, okay, have Timmy draw a picture.
We
of
definitely,
Cole
though,
saying.
I would
That's what I thought,
recommend,
too.
yeah, I would recommend that if in fact you do any of these things, you don't have Shelby read the description
That's right.
of the items, because this
Listen.
is, I'm just,
It's not my strong suit.
I would
And this is
agree.
actually the second time this week this has bit me. We had a Tuesday meeting where I completely misquoted a couple numbers, and
That's okay.
it only derailed us for about 20 minutes. So that was good.
It's fine.
Yeah.
Keep going.
Next category, charity-focused events. How about cooking class with the pastor, principal, or board president?
Cooking class, I don't know. Whiskey and cigar party, yes.
Yeah, all day long.
How close are you with your pastor?
No, no, a whiskey and cigar party is very, we just sold a whiskey and cigar package.
Oh, yeah, big money,
Yep.
usually,
Yep.
Dinner with the pastor, principal, or board president?
I guess I would say it depends on the political climate, but dinners are popular right now. Those are popular.
Yeah, in
Head of
church.
schools, things like that.
Yep, and the parents and the parishioners are always wanting to hang out with the father. And so,
Yeah.
yeah, those are still popular too today.
Yeah.
Front row seats at special events or organizations?
Yeah, that's crazy, but
Still popular.
still popular.
People love it.
Yeah.
Head of the VIP table at next year's event.
Head of the VIP table.
Head of the VIP
Not
table.
a VIP table.
Yes.
No, I don't think that,
You don't think it's going to work? Back in 2006, we were much more welcoming, apparently.
apparently. But here's the thing, you could also get this list by emailing us
This is
or
true.
calling us. We can hook you up with this list.
How about the
So,
idea of the guest symphony director? Oh.
Hey,
I don't know.
if you're in an artsy fartsy gig, I mean, for sure.
Yeah. How about principal for the day?
Yeah, it sells.
Still money, right? Still going on. Special events with teacher. Okay. VIP parking for a year for special events. VIP parking is just always a win. Always.
Always a win.
Always.
So, and you got to tell us about the last gig you did in California with BJ.
We had-
And how
yep.
much money did you raise on the parking
Oh my
spots?
gosh, I don't remember. Was it 50K?
50 grand.
50 grand, and we ended up selling 4 of them, I want to say.
200K on a spot.
Yep, on 4 spots.
Four
Yeah.
spots.
Yeah. Pretty crazy,
So
right?
safe to say that would still work.
Safe to say it still works.
Yeah.
Safe to say. Okay, our next category, food, dinner items. Crab, lobster, shrimp, or salmon food.
What?
A crab, lobster, shrimp, or salmon feed.
Feed, not food. Oh, honey.
Honey,
It's
the
okay.
E's and the O's look
It's
the
okay
same.
for you. It's okay.
Absolutely, those work.
Yes, crab feed's
At St. Anthony, somebody brought me a little piece of paper that said, "Hey, I'm Bob, and I want to add a crab feed for 20 at my house." $6,250 later.
Dang.
So yeah, that one still works.
Yep.
How about the mystery dinner train?
Oh, that would, obviously, that could work. I don't think that, I wouldn't put that as a high dollar super, would you? I haven't seen that this year.
No, I haven't either. It sounds kind of fun though, doesn't it?
Yeah, we did have that early in the year, but, that might have run its course unless there's one that's been talked about a lot. You
Yeah.
know what I mean? Kind of like the panic room situation. Panic room was real hot for a while.
What is the panic room?
Yeah, what's the panic?
No, I don't know this.
You don't know about the panic room?
You don't know what the panic room?
Isn't that what it's called?
It's not a new band, Kelly. Like what
No,
is
the panic room is where you get in there. I thought it was called the panic room, but maybe not. And you got to find your way out. It's a game.
Oh, you're talking about an escape. room.
Escape, not panic. Hey, I would panic if I was in there, man.
Yeah, right.
I would panic. I would die. I would be like, get me out of here.
A panic room is like a room for safety. Like
Right,
if
no,
being
you're right.
attacked,
Yeah,
like
you're
lock
right.
yourself in
But
a
you know what
basement.
I mean? I would panic in an escape room. And you put the word escape on there in room and locks, and I'm like, I'm out. So, yeah.
Could you escape
So,
a panic
sorry,
room?
you could probably escape a panic room. Anyway, keep going. What's the next one?
Oh, this is awesome. How about attend a Hollywood premiere or award show?
Nope,
Doesn't work anymore?
I don't think so.
I think you're right.
You know, in all my years, I have never sold that item.
Really?
No,
Huh.
I've never sold that item.
Have you no-sold it?
Sold to next item. Yeah, yeah, for sure. I remember selling it back in the day, but I haven't seen it very
No, it's-
recently.
it's not a-
No.
mm-mm.
And honestly, nobody's talking about award ceremonies unless you're Will Smith or Chris Rock.
And they're talking about
They
it.
Well-
are talking about it.
I do remember back in the day, probably right around this time, where, you know, because I used to do a lot of sequencing for a lot of these auctions, and go down and see a taping of Oprah. That
Really?
would fall into that category, right?
That's actually on this list. Items from
Ellen
Oprah's
DeGeneres,
list.
Oprah, things like that.
Yeah.
I think that's different. That's not an award show, as much as it is be in the audience of David Letterman. You know, back then it was David Letterman. Ellen's kind of run her course, which is odd because she's
Is
in her
she?
grand finale year. So I would have thought we would have had a lot of action with the Ellen show.
Ellen's pretty talented too.
She's super talented.
She got some
I'd-
bad publicity there. I wonder if
Yeah,
that
but
hurt her.
Ellen, oh gosh, that's one regret I have. I would have loved to have seen her show taped. I would have really enjoyed that.
Is that
would have
right?
been, oh, she's such a,
So if you're buying this for me, I really would want to buy an SNL tape.
put that
Oh,
above
man.
Ellen.
Yes.
Like I would.
SNL, I'd
love
be all
that.
over that.
Yeah.
Oh gosh.
Yeah, for sure.
How would, yeah, I mean,
Get
probably-
off me, I'm starving.
How often do we quote SNL here? It's
All the
like
time.
at least 30 times a day.
procuring that item to get tickets to, you know, the Academy Awards. Well, that'd be a tough get, wouldn't it?
It's
I
it's
remember-
the community and who's in that
Yeah.
community.
And there were some consignment companies out there that were offering
Yeah.
a couple packages like that for a
Okay.
while.
So
I
Neil,
don't know
what
they
what
landed,
this
though.
list is kind of trying to do is stir your brain up during this summertime and think about, ask during your barbecues that you're having during summer, ask, at the barbecues that you're going to about, start asking people, what do you think what would you buy at an auction? You know what? We don't ask that question enough in our
Yeah.
groups. So just start asking, and that would open up that conversation. This list is available, but we could also put together a newer,
Yeah.
more updated list and help you with that. We'd love to do that, but start really asking people, like, you and I go out and have a beer. Paul, what would you buy at an auction?
That's a good point.
And I was actually
Or-
talking to Amber in our office earlier today, and she had a really good insight too. It's like you're going out and living your life in the summer. Just keep that in mind when you're procuring, right? So if you go and stay in a hotel before you check out, say, hey, your facility is amazing. Could you potentially donate to our event?
Right.
Right.
Yep. It's all those things. Oh, as you're taking this time off, though I know you guys aren't taking time off. Nobody really takes time off because your auction, you have to work on that all year. But keep it in the back of your brain wherever you're at. You see something cool, whatever, or you're at an auction and something doesn't go well in the silent, but it might fit your community. Buy it. Buy it at that auction. You're double whammying. You're supporting a different organization that a friend of yours invited you to, and that in turn might fit your community. So there's all kinds of things to keep in mind.
How about the item party on a yacht?
Yeah,
Do you have a yacht to party on, Ms. Schoenfeld?
no, but that's a California. That's a popular California
Gotcha.
item.
Yeah, my
Would
item
you-
would be party on a dinghy. Is how
Party
that would work
on a
for me.
dinghy.
Would you
Yeah.
consider maybe turning that party on a yacht, if that was the type of demographic that you were in? Sell that by the head?
Yeah, that's a good idea.
It is a good
You
idea.
could sell that $250 a head at a highbrow auction.
Yeah, so sell it like per person or per
Yeah.
couple. Yeah, that's a good idea.
I like per couple things.
Do
I
you?
do. I think they do really well, especially if it's like poker parties. There for a while, poker parties were real popular. So it was a Texas Hold'em party, $200 a head, right? 10 guys or something like that. And then obviously you had more cards in the air, so it got to $300 a head. But those are pretty popular.
Yeah,
Those are very popular.
Yeah.
and depending on how big the party is, sometimes I say sell it as a group.
Yeah.
Don't do it by the head. Like if it's only like 10 spots, I think I'm more likely to find 9 friends rather than have everybody, then go with like 10 different strangers.
And the biggest reason being that we've heard in the past is it's hard to get, let's say that it's 25 or 30 people, it's hard to coordinate an available date for all 30 of those people.
How about this one from our list of 2006 best items? A pool or hot tub party.
Ooh, ooh.
Don't think you can get away with that anymore.
Ooh. Hot tub time
The
machine.
wheels are turning,
Ooh.
Kel.
Come
Lot
on
of
over
them
for
too.
our hot tub party.
Ooh, careful, being careful.
Be
That was a
careful.
thing in '06, wasn't it?
Was it?
Oh.
Was it?
Well,
No.
it must
What?
be because we put
You're
it on the
saying
list.
yes. Why?
Let me just say, in
Okay.
America, the selling of chlorine skyrocketed in '06.
You're kidding, right?
I mean, if we did the math or did the research, I bet we found out there was a spike in chlorine sales
Because of all the hot tub
parties.
parties.
Because, you know, the hot dogs that get spilled in there.
Ring, ring, president. Why is the chlorine sales skyrocketed?
I dropped my hot dog in
Dang
there.
it, I-
Oh my god.
darn it, I spilled my Jack and Coke.
Yeah.
Get another chlorine tablet. We did.
Here we go. A taping of Dr. Phil, Oprah, or Ellen.
Yeah, no, those are still popular, but they're not out there right now.
Dr. Phil is not. No, isn't he running for president or something crazy?
No, I don't. Oh God, no. Is
I
he?
think he is.
No.
No,
That's
that's
Dr.
Dr.
Oz.
Oz.
Yeah.
My bad.
No.
Same guy though. Basically.
Yeah,
Anyway,
same
same thing. Yeah, I mean, it's got to be a movie star, right? That seems to be the way that we go. But
Taping of Oprah and Dr. Phil. Those are
Yeah.
a little dated.
they are.
Um,
But no, I don't see too many of those, and those I don't think are as. Now, you know, if they had like a side ring to taping of Deadpool 3,
Oh,
I mean, come on.
you just let me some
Oh,
Ryan
hey.
Reynolds.
Wouldn't that be
There you
cool?
go. A day on the set of a filming of a Marvel
Yeah,
movie.
Stranger Things did that.
Really?
We had that. One of the guys that at one of the events that we did, one of the lead casting directors offered that you could come on during. I think it was episode 6 of season 2, or something like that. They had specific, and they would even let you be a background person.
Oh,
So
cool.
if you have that connection in your community, that is a cool thing.
Ooh,
What?
yeah.
Yeah, that works. That's fun.
Stranger Things, sponsored by Hot Tub Parties.
Yeah.
TV station tour with celebrity TV host.
I haven't seen that this year as much.
Oh,
It kind of
that's-
have.
The
Gotten
vid,
weak.
the vid,
The vid
has
did it.
also made
Yeah.
it so people can't really go in.
Yeah, I would say that one kind of has run its course.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I think so
You
too.
know?
Handcrafted quilts.
Silent item.
That one's always tough, and here's why. Supplies for quilting are expensive, and also the time put into creating a quilt is, you start running the multiple, and all of a sudden the quilt is valued really, really high.
I would say that a quilt would work in your community if, I'm just going to throw out a name, if, you know, Grandma Margaret is predominant in that community.
Oh, that's a good
and
point.
and like,
Good point.
if she made it herself, and everybody wants to eat her potato salad, and oh my gosh, where is she if
Everybody
she's
knows
not at
her.
a party, right? So that's the kind of person you want to do a quilt. You don't want to just have a community member do a quilt.
It's gotta be
It's-
somebody special.
It's got to be somebody really special, and then it would work.
How about a behind the scenes at a manufacturer like Boeing, Dell, Apple, or Hershey's? Is airfare included?
Yeah, I mean, I don't,
I mean, you'd only have to fly to China for 3 of these.
you know, right, and
Only 3 of them.
right,
I've taken a tour of the Boeing plant up in Everett,
Have you?
with a relative.
Really?
It was free, obviously, but it was cool.
yeah.
Would you have paid for it?
Nope.
No, I guess no. No, I wouldn't. So
Would
there-
you have paid
there's
for
your
it
answer.
in 2006?
No.
Answer's still no. Okay, so you also factored in for inflation on that one. Thank you for that. Let's see, a handmade playhouse.
again, it depends on your community. Mark and I sold a really cool one, and it did not get the value that it merited. It was beautiful. It had great craftsmanship. If it was a little bigger, maybe that would have worked. But you got to have the right. You got to know. Again, these are just things from 6, but you're going to know your community.
Right.
And so if you're at somebody's house having a party and they say, "Oh no, we built that," you could say, "Gosh, do you want to build another one and donate it?" But then you better know somebody that's going to buy it. That would be one of those items that you kind of have to go out and talk about.
Well, if I could just say, this, I don't think I've ever told you two about this, but I went and did an auction for, it was Perfect Pals. You know, that cat sanctuary up in Arlington?
Right.
And I built a little cat hooch.
Yeah.
And it was cool. I actually impressed myself, actually.
Wow.
My own design, didn't Google it or nothing. And because I was the auctioneer that had that connection.
Right.
Yeah.
I think the thing brought $475.
Is that right?
And
Yeah.
they might have felt sorry for you that you're building cat hooches.
That's entirely possible, and I'm sure glad you brought that up. Yeah.
Like,
Mercy bid.
We need to make sure this guy's a good auctioneer because he's not a good carpenter.
Oh Lord,
folks.
somebody get him off the stage. Yeah.
It had that connection, right? Because
Yeah.
the NC and I had been doing this gig for years.
Sure.
And it's even a family kind of a connection with Lois, having
Yeah,
worked up
yeah.
there before. So, and you could just kind of feel it's like, ooh, well, it was cool. I mean, it was nice, but it wasn't super cool.
Right.
But it had that connection to the event in the community,
Cool.
even though it was me. And sorry,
Yeah.
not that I want to talk about me anymore.
Well, I think it's a wonderful subject.
I think you're great.
I think you're super great.
How about this? A gift card for a personal shopper to Nordstrom's, Macy's, Neiman Marcus.
Gift cards are the problem with the gift card is it's got a number on it, and you've got a personal shopper. I don't think
Do
those
they do personal shoppers?
they still do personal shoppers nowadays.
And who is a Neiman Marcus?
Oh gosh, are you kidding me? Right?
No, is that like Sears?
No, honey, no. It's an upscale Neiman Marcus.
Do they still exist?
Yes.
Oh, geez. Okay.
Oh yes, Neiman Marcus is.
Shoot, is my demographic showing?
Oh boy.
I'm not
I'm
fancy.
with Shelby on this one.
Yeah, I don't even know.
Neiman
Is
Marcus, you'll see Neiman Marcus in Atlanta. You'll see him in New York.
Do they cater towards female clothing?
There's a Neiman
or-
Marcus, I believe, in Vegas. Do they cater towards female
Is
clothing?
it like a Nordstrom's, like
It's
all walks
it's
of life?
it's
or
a
do they cater
Nordstrom's
to-
Macy's. It's
Okay,
it's
right
it's
there.
it's above
Okay.
Macy's. In my opinion, probably Nordstrom's right at Nordstrom's.
Gotcha.
I think. I haven't been in one in a while.
How about this? A plasma television.
Nope. Not
Wow.
anymore.
Class
Plasma
06.
TV.
Yeah.
Wow.
Back in 06, it was a 55-inch plasma TV that they sold for $3,000.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You
weighed
can buy
about
at Walmart
6,000
now for
pounds.
$110.
Yeah, it's crazy. How about this? A purebred puppy and
Ooh.
accessories. Puppies,
Depends on who.
yeah, more often than not, people are staying away from that because there's a lot of humane or
There's,
how do I
yeah,
say this?
you want to make sure that somebody isn't drinking too much and they buy a dog and then they decide they don't want the dog and
Exactly.
you put the dog in a bad scene. That being said, do not have 2 puppies.
In
One-
the auction.
Puppy in the auction
or none.
or none.
One or none.
That item has kind of, there was a couple years where they were strong and they were bringing 25, 17, 10 grand. And then, this kind of word got out
Yeah,
and they
yeah.
kind of went south a little bit, got a little soft, and then they kind of came back a little bit. It's almost cyclical with puppies.
I don't know. I think that nowadays
I don't
it's
like
it doesn't work in my opinion. And I think that part of it has to do with the fact that you're not ensuring that puppy is going to a good home. And that can have a knock-on effect that can reflect badly on the organization, but also the individual that's kind of driving that charity effort, right? So I think it's kind of a taboo subject right now, and I wouldn't be surprised if it's completely gone in the next couple of years. We've gone from seeing it everywhere, like 25, 30 years ago, to seeing it very rarely, is what
Very-
it feels
yeah.
like to me.
Yeah.
Yeah. So we love our animals.
Definitely.
Your dog's kind of a little bit much, though.
Oh, Pep Day, she is
Miss
something.
Pepper.
Pep Day.
Pepper.
Pepper.
Handyman for a day is on this list. That one still does well at the schools and whatnot. Like, for example, if you have a toilet that's
Makes your
broken, you
mind
bring the handyman come
go,
over.
doesn't it?
Are you saying because I'm not a handy person? Is that what you're
I
saying?
think you would use that yes.
You're right, I would
You
use
should
this.
buy multiple of those for your poor wife.
This would be beneficial for the handyman because then he would basically live at my house. Like once a
Yeah.
week, he'd come over.
Do we get to choose what the handyman wears?
I will choose a full body hazmat suit at all hours of the day. How about autographed sports items?
Those are petering out. Oh, I shouldn't have said that. Those are.
Yeah, petering out.
Yeah, petering out.
you
Yeah,
can
it's
say
fine.
that.
I'm okay.
You're not canceled yet.
I think those are getting less. and
Yeah.
Because there was such a saturation of it. So
Yeah.
all the
right,
time you would see it.
Right.
And now you think, oh gosh, that one really should have done more. But they're just not.
Yeah, I mean,
Mark-
I imagine there's a market for collectibles though, like a Babe Ruth or
Oh yeah, the big guys, the
Ken Griffey
Birdman,
Jr.,
things like that,
you know.
Jordan.
people that have retired. I imagine they maintain value. So you really have to get people bought into the idea that it's going to be worth something later.
Right.
Is what it feels like there.
Yeah.
And with items like that, those really need a certificate of authenticity.
Absolutely.
Right, they
Good
really
call.
need that to make sure that what you're buying is what you're actually buying.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And if you don't check, Paul and I will be writing autographs in our basement later. So you can just let us know which one you want. How about golf packages?
I think those do well still.
I do too.
Me too. Yep.
And the beauty of those is like they really cater to businessmen as well as people that just like to go and play golf on the course, hit the links, if you will. Tickets to sports finals or playoffs,
Yeah,
huge,
huge.
huge.
Yeah, those still work
Big
real
time.
well.
Travel items, African safari is the first one listed here.
That, you know what, and those are items that you're buying, unless it's somebody that those are items that we have a minimum on, and especially now, right now, I would not suggest that, but I again don't know your community, so if you really think it will fit in your community, then yes, do it, but I'm inclined to say those aren't working well anymore, because you have to buy them.
And the market is saturated. Like there are certain companies out there that provide that African safari. It's a photo safari. I can't speak to what it was in '06, but photo safari today. And what we've seen is that because it is a because it is an underwritten item or it's cost associated, they eventually end up burning out the people that want that item. So like there's 3 of them and they can duplicate it easily, then they sell 3 of them, and the next year it becomes much more difficult to sell that item,
Yeah.
it feels like.
Yeah.
So
And they usually get somebody
rooms
that
burn out on them.
Yeah, and they usually get somebody that did it before, but then there's always quite a few restrictions with those as well. So you might not be getting what you think you're getting, and sometimes it's not all that great to offer up something that's that big of a ticket item that you're paying for, because it pulls money away from your Raise the Paddle or your Fund a Need. You gotta remember that your items that you're procuring, you wanna be careful not to have to purchase them,
Right.
in my
I
opinion.
mean, that is a whole episode in itself. Consignment items.
Yeah.
Should I or shouldn't I?
Yeah,
Probably
I have
not
always
good.
come from the
Yeah.
position of any item. We'll just use the African safari. You're going to have to pay $2,500 for it, just a round number.
you just took that out of your room, the $2,500.
Right. But more specifically, you got to sell it for $3,000 to make it worthwhile, right? Then your organization gets the 500. I've always worried about when that donor or the purchaser finds out that wasn't 100% free and clear donation, and 2,500 of my $3,000 doesn't go to your organization.
Yeah.
I spent $3,000 on ABC School. Come to find out, only 500 of it went there. The rest of
Right.
it went to buy this item, and could leave a bad taste in their mouth. I don't know,
Could.
depending on your group.
It
but
could.
That's always been my thought.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely.
That's another
We
episode.
covered, yes, definitely. So we covered a lot of items here. Hopefully this inspires you to really start thinking about procurement for next year as we enter these summer months, or if you're in the thick of it now, hopefully this gives you a few thoughts on what could potentially work. The baffling thing for me when reading through this list is that all of these were published in '06, and the majority of them also hold true today.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
pretty cool.
So call us. We can get you this list.
We have lists.
Not this.
We have
list,
lists of
but
things.
We have lists.
Yes, we do. We appreciate you being with us this week. If you'd like any more of us, you can check out the attached description. There's a whole bunch going on. But let's take it out for the week. Thank you for being with us, y'all.
Hey, you guys, go out, be creative, be bold.
Be courageous and get a tan. I mean, hey, the sun is out.
And go do good. It's a summertime.
Summertime.
We're out for the week. Later, y'all.
Out.
Later.
Bye.
Good job.